Hey, Chris here. I build AI automation using no-code tools, and today we're building an automated system that gets you high-quality leads and write you an outreach messages on LinkedIn and email. So this video is for you if you're tired of sending cold messages that get ignored. So because you're either targeting the wrong people or you're using a bad messages. So that's what we're going to build today. So to find you the high-quality leads, write an outreach messages for you on LinkedIn and email, and track and follow up. Hey, we're back. So before we start, let me show you the outcome after we build and run this tool. So at the end of the video, you will have your own high quality leads for your business with the name of the person, the job titles, the email address, the phone numbers, the LinkedIn URL, and the best part is you're saying ready to send icebreaker message on LinkedIn and on email. So no more manual work, so you just have to copy and send it. But for now, we'll build the tool together, and here's what it's going to look like. So don't worry if you're new to this, I will explain this really to you. And if it is intimidating, that's why I have a surprise gift for you. So you don't have to build this from scratch. So that's why I'm giving this away for free so you can focus on listening to me while I'm explaining how I built this. So go scroll down to the description and you'll find the workbook link. And once you click that, you'll be redirected to the Gumloop and you will start seeing this. And for those who doesn't have an account, create one. It's for free, and you'll be able to see this too. So next is what you're gonna do next is go to the top right and find this button, the save button. So mine is showing save, but yours will be different. It will be clone. So you should clone this in your workspace so you don't have to. So it will be saved in your workspace. So you don't have to find it. So you can just like go into your workspace and then click this link. So yes, so once you clone it, we're ready to go. So now let's start first on this part over here. So this is what you call node. So each of this square over here is called node. So all nodes must be connected to one another. So the reason why we connect node to each other is to pass data. So I'm also going to explain this after, but as you can see, I'm passing the domain to another node because this node needs the domain name data to work. Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you. So what does this do? Where can we find this? Like that. So where can we find this is if you go to this plus button over here and then search and type in the search companies, which is this part over here, search companies, and you're gonna find something. You're gonna find that here. So Gumloop have like a built-in tools like this, which is makes it easy for you to use because they already have a built-in tools for you to ready to use. So and there's a lot of them in here. So once you have time, you can feel free to kind of like look through this and try to play it around. But I will leave that to you. But for now, let's focus on what we're building today. So yeah, so we're using the search companies. So what's this gonna do is it's gonna scrape the companies, the target market, our target market. How's that going to scrape the target market? Is if we added the details of what is our target look like, the characteristic of our target market. So you need to know who are your target market. So the keywords is basically what type of work do they do, right? The industry, technology, like that, and then the industry, and then the location, the size, and the number of results can vary from 10 to 100. Okay, and then once you fill that in, now you can able to extract what type of data you want to scrape from that each companies you scrape to. So in here we're scraping the domain name. We don't need the company names. We don't. So the websites is the same as domains. The LinkedIn URLs, we don't actually need the LinkedIn URLs of the company because what we need is the people, right? Not the company. But what we're going to the domain, we're going to use it to find the top 5 decision makers on that company. That's why we're extracting the domains, and that's what we're going to do next. That's why I connected the domain to this called the scrape person information. So if we search the scrape person information over here, we're not going to find it. Why? Because I built this. I customized this on my own. I built this on my own. So some nodes that you see in here, like what you see in here right now, are called subnodes. Because we're not in the perfect world, like we're not in the perfect world, so like not all of the tools are built in for you, so sometimes we have to build them. That's why I built this great person information, so it takes in the domain name, right? So this is what the scrape information looked like. So first is it has condition to check like if the data that we're passing in, which is the domain, if it is not empty. So if it is not empty, it's going to go here. So in reach contact information, so in reach contact information is in here, is part of the Gumloop. See this? It's part of the Gumloop building tools. So we're passing in the domain name that we got from the search company's node, right? And what we're doing here is we're extracting a maximum number of 5. So we want to get the top 5 decision makers, which usually like the CEO, the founder, the VP, the CTO, or maybe like I don't know what type of company that you're trying to find, but it has different of levels of titles. But yeah, so we're trying to extract the top 5 decision makers here, and it's using the Apollo, Proxy Curl, Hunter.io, which is actually the best reason why I like this part is because we don't have to go to Apollo, we don't have to go to Hunter.io, we don't have to go to Proxy Curl. So because the built-in tool is already using those tools to scrape the information, right? So now what you can do now is we're going to extract the job title, the first name, the last name, the LinkedIn URL, email address, and phone number. So if you can see, if you've watched at the beginning where I showed you what would be the output would look like by the end of this video, you see this, the job title, the first name, right? So this is where we got those information. Now we got five for each company, 5 people for each company. It depends, maybe there's only 3, but we're probably going to get 1 out of 5 at least, because there's always going to be a CEO, right? Yeah, so we're going to get the top 5 decision makers, and then what we're going to do now is, since as you can see in here, each information of that person is broken up into different fields, like the job title, first name, last name, LinkedIn URL, email address, and phone number. So if you want the AI to analyze this, it's better to combine them all together in one text, right? So that's what we're doing here. So the combined text is also a part of Gumloop. So if we go here, type here, combined text over here. So what we just did in here is we just combine the person information all together. So we make it easy for the AI when we use it. It could read everything in group together. And next part is the join list item. So similar to combine text, we just combine each field of the person information into one block. So right now, each person information, basically one company have this person and one company have this person. We're just doing a similar thing in here. So what we're doing is we're just combining all the blocks all together to join this item, and that's also a part in here. So why? Because join these items, and why we're doing that is because, like I said, it's better to give this into an AI, into like a one whole thing instead of passing it like multiple times in separate. And also the loop mode. The loop mode, it means like, so you're going to encounter this later on once you're building this on your own. So the loop mode basically, loop mode, it means iterating. It keeps iterating over and over again. So it means like, that's why like after we've extracted the person information and we combine the information, now you have a list of people for each company, right? That means like this company is this person, this company, this company, this company. So it's like that, right? And then what we just did in here is we just combined them all together in one whole text like that. And the reason why we don't want to pass this whole thing over here is what's going to happen on the AI is it's just going to analyze each one of them. And that's not what we want. We want to analyze every one of each, because what we're doing in here now is we're filtering only the right people who match with our offer. So if you read my prompt over here, so this is going to be your job. You need to edit this part over here. So based on the following context, please choose the person best suited to contact based on my offer. So this is my offer. You're going to edit this and write your own offer. And please return the person who is best suited for this offer. So yes, so the node that we're using is Ask AI, and that's also a part of here. So as you can see there, Ask AI. And the Ask AI needs two parameters, prompt and context. So we gave the AI the list of person information, asked for the context, and we just wrote the prompt. You can also connect something for the prompt, but you'll see it later on what it's going to look like. But sometimes you don't have to connect something if you can write it like this, if you can hard coded it. So we're using AI now to filter only the people who match with our offer. So we can only get the high quality leads, right? So we can focus on those. So we don't want to spend our energy into people who doesn't qualify to our offer, right? That's not what we want. So next thing that we're gonna do is oh, I also missed this. So once you use Ask AI, you have different options to use different models. So this is also the best part. Like, so you don't have to go to OpenAI to get your OpenAI API key to then connect like that. The Gumloop has done it for you, right? And you can use Claude, use Gemini. So Gemini is good for video. Perplexity is good for researching. Meta is also good for kind of like a large amount of data for researching. But most of the time we're going to use OpenAI AI, and we're using the new one, OpenAI O3 Mini, because it's very great for this case, which is searching and analyzing. Well, because we're trying to filter the people who doesn't belong in our offer. And next thing that we're going to do is extract data. Extract data is also a part of built-in tool. And what we're just doing is we're asking the AI to extract this data from the output of the AI. We're just gonna extract the name, LinkedIn URL, and we're gonna output those. And you're gonna find out why we're outputting this, because we're gonna use it to create. So the next thing is we're going to create a LinkedIn message now. So there's a node that we created in here. So if we type in here, create LinkedIn and email message, it's not that, right? So it's on the bottom here because we created it in our own. And create LinkedIn message needs the name, job title, email address, phone number, and LinkedIn URL, and that's why we're outputting those here. And so when we use it from the main node, we can connect it and pass it in the into the create LinkedIn email message. So now we're now in here, right? So what does this do? What does this node do? So it writes a customized, personalized message to the person or to your high quality lead. And how's it gonna do that? Is by we're just gonna scrape the LinkedIn profile of that person, and we're also gonna scrape your LinkedIn profile. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, please create one. It's free. If you're a business owner, it's very important to have LinkedIn. That's where people can find you. So yes. So as you can see in here, input, and input is the same thing that we got from the create person information. And we use the LinkedIn profile over here. So the input is also a built-in tool by Gumloop, and this one to the LinkedIn profile scraper. So as you can see, we have two LinkedIn profile scraper. And you will add your LinkedIn URL over here, and so you don't have to add anything in here because it's already automated. So it's going to pass in the LinkedIn URL of the person, and then that's how we're going to personalize our message, by letting the AI analyze the person information from LinkedIn and your information, so the AI can match can match it. So now we're extracting the first name, last name, job title, headline about country, work experience, education, and now we're combining the text again, right? So it's like similar thing, same thing that we just did on the scrape person information, but in this one, I added the prompt in here. So I told you a while ago, like when we used the Ask AI a while ago, it doesn't have a connection, but this time I connected it because I you sometimes can do that and sometimes you don't have to. You can just like write your own prompt in here. But since we need we need our information, our LinkedIn information, and the prompt to get all together. That's why I use a connect node for the prompt. So yeah, so what's in this prompt? So this prompt is I'm asking the AI to how to write the message, how I write the message. So this is my way of writing messages. So I like to keep it to the point. I like it to keep it simplified. Next is I like it to be written in an easy way to read as an 8th grader can understand it. Next is I like to shorten the word. If so for example like the U word, YOU, I rather like write the letter U word. And I said like complement the recent news, or if there's no news, connect to shared person. And I also instructed like this. This is a very important part. I don't like seeing this in any of my message because people know like it was written in AI. We don't want to sound like an AI. We want to sound like a real human person. We want them to see our message to be written like human. So if we looked at this, so here we go. So hi Melissa, love what you're doing with Design 360 Incorporation. As a tech enthusiast working on my own apps, I love to learn about your journey running a design business for over 16 years. Got time, a quick chat. Cheers, Chris. It doesn't even sound like AI, right? Though it may kind of like hint like an AI, but because it doesn't have that dash and those spelling a shortcut over there makes it looks like it was written by a human. So let's see if this is correct. So that's Melissa does Design 360. So if we go there, so Melissa Cummings. So there you go. So she's an owner of Design 360, and yeah, so that's what we're doing. So yeah, as a tech enthusiast working on my apps, learning, yeah, so that's awesome. So next is that we're feeding this into the prompt, and we're feeding the personal information that we just extracted from LinkedIn from the context. So now we're using the Claude 3.5. So because this AI model is great for writing, that's why I use it. So when it comes to writing, I would use Claude all the time. Next is we have another AI in here, which is basically going to take the message we just wrote for the LinkedIn, and it's going to just repurpose it in an email message. So, and this is the same. We're just using the Claude, and then the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna save it so we can track it, So we're just saving the name, the job title, email address, phone number, LinkedIn URL, LinkedIn message, then saving the email. So why we're doing this is so you can track it. So because if you don't track this, there's a chance that you'll be lost on who you message. So you can add another column in here, has message like that, or follow up like that, and then you can use yes like that. So this is the reason why I want to save it. I want to save it into the database, and I also suggest that go create a Google Sheet and create a file and write these headings on the top, and then click this and upload that. Connect your Google Sheet account, okay? And the next thing now is another reason why I wanted to save this in the database. So like if you want this to be automated all throughout, even the messaging, like instead of like you manually messaging the people like copying and pasting this, now what you can now build another tool on top of this where you'll take this data over here, the AI will read this and it will send this automatically after it scrape all of this information. It will send it to the LinkedIn, this message, and it will send the email message to their email. So that's the next part if you're going to continue to build this. So yes, so that's all of it. So and I hope that you were able to follow and you were able to understand this. And if you have any question, please feel free to comment down below your question or follow me on LinkedIn. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. So cheers.